So then, here's where it gets interesting. Oh. Yep, the microphone is indeed recording me. Ahem. So this is going to be a bit of a test stream. And as such, I won't be able to see the chat, so I'll just get that out of the way. I've got a reminder on the chat as well. Just in case anybody says anything, you will get a little pokey poke thing saying, hey, can't see the chat. So, if you do say anything in the chat, then I'll get to it later. Because, well, oh, the time is a bit wrong on this PC. Tragedy. Yeah, this isn't VMware. It is not VMware by a long stretch. Oh, that's not quite what I expected. Let's try it this way. There we go. Yep, this is an actual, real-life, no fannying about around the edges like Windows 2000 PC with a Pentium 4, which is, I mean, my aim is to put XP on this, but what... You see, everything I do, it seems like I need something extra in order to do it. Because this has got Pentium 4, 2.6 gigahertz-ish. Well, you can see right there, can't you? And 500, well, half a gig of RAM, basically. And so it's would be better off being on XP, really. Because 2000 is kind of XP but not as good. Or rather, XP is 2000 but better. So, that's what I should do. Now... when I say I need something else in order to do it, what I really need, or what I ideally want before I do it, is one of them IDE to CF card adapters, because the hard drive in this is rather noisy, and it's extremely slow. It's not a very quick hard drive in the slice. I mean, it's 80 gigabytes, as you can see. It was made in 2001, I think. Might have been... Yeah, 2001. I'm fairly sure. So, it's already getting on a bit. Hell, it's... Yeah, 18 years old. That's almost as old as I am. So, it's... I don't expect it to last very long, that's the thing. Whereas if I... I forgot my water, it's on my other desk. Damn it, I'll get that in a second. If I replace it with... flash memory of some kind, then it'll have much more longevity and be a lot faster, and also a lot bigger. I could get 128 gigabyte or even bigger, and that'd be plenty XP, and it'd be super quick. Can't put an SSD in here because it's IDE. Wouldn't be any point really. You could get a SATA to IDE adapter, but again, IDE bandwidth have been massively capped out before you even got to the speeds of an SSD, so there's really no point. Yeah, I'll just go and grab my water and then we'll get on with today's gamesing. Yes, good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Hope you can still hear me. Now... something I must mention before we begin. There's not going to be any audio from this because the way I've got this set up, I've got my PC here. It's connected to a video splitter, so VGA in, and then that goes out to both my, don't know if you heard that, my CRT monitor here, and then the other one goes over to my OSSC, which then goes to my Elgato and sends it off to OBS, which then sends it off to Twitch. It's all a nice system. Only thing is, VGA don't carry audio, so it's going to be a very quiet stream. But I'm not going to spend the whole stream on here. I'm going to switch over in a bit. I just want to, try it out really and see how it goes. I think it'll go well. The only issue I have, other than the audio, is the fact that when it switches resolution, it loses the signal. So I have to deactivate the capture card in OBS. And then reactivate it and it picks it up again, which is really annoying, and I don't really know why. I mean, I'll explain later why I think it can't do. I think, I'll explain why I think it should be able to do it. Sorry, but anyway, let's stop fiddling about and actually get some gaming done. So I've got here my big box copy of Fallout because these 2-part boxes, they're good, but they're really difficult to get open. There we are. On my YouTube channel, I'm running a little series for Advent, and because I'm stupid, I didn't think of doing it until the 1st of December. So I've been making a video a day. Now, they're all 5 minutes or less. That's what I'm aiming for. So that's fine. It really doesn't take long. I can do it in an evening. It's just doing it in an evening while doing everything else that I have to do. So it's been a bit tricky, but it's been doable. Tonight, however, I'm streaming, so I can't really do a video and a stream at the same time. Or can I? You see, my idea was, because today's game is indeed Fallout, why don't I do it live? Try and review Fallout in under 5 minutes on the fly. You see, all the other ones I've written a script for, and it's probably painfully obvious that I've written a script for them because I'm writing scripts for videos. I'm kind of new to doing that, so yeah, it's probably not one of my strongest suits, put it that way. Anyway, let's install this game. I've got my speakers turned on, so you'll probably hear the audio through them. I won't because I've got my headphones on, and I really don't know why I've got my headphones on, because I'm not going to hear anything. The only thing I'll hear is if somebody follows, at which point I can thank them. So I guess that's important. I'll turn the speakers up so we can both hear it. I've already got DirectX enabled since. Okay. You're going to do that to me, are you, game? Yes, you are supported by this version of Windows. That's just a silliness. And you are wrong. Right, what can I do here? You see, it's got DOS there. Program. DOS goodies win. Fallout. Goodies. Fallout. Can I set up D? No. Set up English. You see, you can't do compatibility options in 2000, which is another what's the word I'm looking for? It's another advantage of running XP, is that I can do compatibility settings, which would be helpful right about now, but yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about this actually, because it's checking for Windows 95 and not Windows NT or 2000, as it were. So this is going to be a bit of a problem. Now, I did have this issue before. The way I got around it was by replacing the PC. But I don't think that's entirely feasible while I'm streaming. So maybe we'll just play something else and then I'll come back to Fallout when I'm on my main PC over there. Because of course it does work on there, weirdly enough. Huh? Let's just see. I mean, programs in there. You got all the files here, but that's just a DAT file. Setup. You see, 1998. So, well, yeah, 1998. This is a 1997 game. I wonder. Hold on a minute. Can I be cheeky about this? Can I install the DOS version? That's gonna be great, isn't it? Wow. Command prompt. Yeah, it's not a DOS prompt. That's the only problem. D. Install. Yeah. I think there is a way around this. It's just a case of copying it from my actual PC to my retro PC. I can't believe it though. That's 2 games I've come across now that just won't run under 2000. That's stupid. I mean, surely you'd expect that. I mean, it's obviously not going to run under 3.11 or 3.1 or 2 or 1. Fair enough. But which jerk is going to try and run it on 3.0? I mean, you could put a thing in and say it's not going to work on this one, rather than it's not going to work on anything but 95, or indeed 9X. Which, I mean, they clearly weren't thinking about future-proofing back then, were they? Okay, I'll come back to that. I'll copy the files over to the USB, and then we'll come back to it later. How about that? But since I'm here, you see, this is the problem. I come up with a plan, and then my plan gets squandered. So let's just play some... Oh. Where is it? Wipe out. Wipe game. This is not going to go well. In fact, the resolution's going to change, so I better nip over to my computer and deactivate and reactivate the card, eh? Ugh. No signal. Don't give me that. Deactivate. Reactivate. There it is. Look, you had signal all along, didn't you? Hey! Flipping muppet. It's super weird, is this card, because it basically I have to run it through OBS to get any sort of non-1080p video out of it. Right, we need time trial. Let's do Oricom. Let's be Anastasia. Oh no, who was I before? Ariel, Tetsuo, or Anastasia? Let's be Anastasia. Ultima 7. Not Ultima 7. There's no audio with this game anyway because it's a ripped version, and of course it's going to run like molasses because it's on an actual... Oh crap, how do I change the view? How do I... Okay, only the movement keys appear to be working. Why can't I change the view? Controller config. Configure keyboard. Left. Oh, crap. Left. Left. Yeah, this is... Oh, hang on. There's graphics detail options, are there? Lordy. And I... Oh, for God's sake. Hang on. Quit to DOS. Yes. Let's try that again. Because the menu's just so hyperactive. Far, high, full. On, oh, okay. I like how it makes the ship smaller as well. Dear, oh dear. I wonder if I set it to small, it'll actually run a bit better. I mean, it's going to look crap, but let's try it anyway. Oricom, Anastasia Churovsky. Oh, doesn't look any different. Still can't change the view. Oh, F1 actually changes the what is it? V to change the view normally. Well, I'm stuck doing it first person then. I'm never going to get the lap time like this. No, especially not if I ram into the wall. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm bothering, because this is just not going to end well. In case you're wondering, by the way, the current DOS Game Club Game of the Month is Wipeout for DOS. Yeah, you didn't know that was a thing, did you? I certainly didn't. And it's not very well optimized, you see. Because this PC should be able to... I mean, if anything, it should be running super horribly fast on this PC. But the menu is super fast and the actual game is super slow. I haven't tried it on my App TV yet, which is running Windows 98. I must try that to see if it actually runs any more reasonably. Hey, there we go. Is it tab to... Ah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, it might run a bit more consistently on an actual DOS-based PC, but if you try and run this in DOSBox, then you have a lot of trouble with it, because it has the same issue, basically. You have to up the cycles such that the menu's running like it's had 15 coffees, but then the game runs okay. Either that, or you up it so that the menu runs okay, and then the game runs like molasses. It's a weird one, and all I can think is that it's not been very well optimised for PC. I must remember my air brakes, because they lie to make much tighter turns and therefore do the track a lot quicker. Well, I say make tighter turns, you can kind of do that. But it does kind of have the advantage that it's a lot slower and therefore allows you to measure your turns a bit more, he says. Let's try and hit this corner and not crash, like I've done every other time I've played this. Like that. I mean, that wasn't a go at that lap anyway, was it? Because just warming up. But give me that speed boost. You can also use your air brakes to turn a little bit, which is useful for minor course correction. But the thing is, it is a PlayStation game, and there's no getting away from the fact that it's a PlayStation game. So that's going to be a major point of discussion in the podcast, I feel. Because that's the thing. It's made for PlayStation. It's clearly optimized for PlayStation. It runs beautifully on PlayStation. It's just such a great game on PlayStation. The sequel's better, I think. I mean, it's not much different, but I think it's a little bit better. But yeah, it's just the fact that this runs so weirdly. That's where the issues lie. I think when I used that speed boost, I just crashed into the floor. Whoopsie. Boing. Oh, don't crash. Thank you. Let's go past this dude. Looks like a Klingon to me. Not quite the Phil Collins sign in Daytona, USA, but it's close. Ah! I hate how as soon as you touch a wall, even if you barely scrape it, it just, like, unrealistically makes you lose all your momentum. Oh dear. Yes, I must apologise as well for the lack of audio. It's just something that I can't get around at the moment. What I would imagine the solution is, it'd be another splitter, of course. Yeah, again, there's no way of getting around that, really. Leading from my sound card, one end going to my speakers, the other end going to the OSSC. Because it does have an input to have audio with the VGA. So that is how you do that. I need to beat 1:15. That's the time that's on there at the minute. Or it might be 1:13 now, actually. Oh, jeez. Got no chance. Yeah, somebody's a lot better at this game than I am. And on the DOS version as well, they're just all using DOSBox, aren't they? I think there should be a real hardware championship. It's a shame you can't play this over the net. The net. God, I sound like somebody who was around when this computer was new. Or indeed the parts inside the computer were new. I mean, technically the computer itself is new because it was built recently. Speed King! But the parts inside are all from between 1999 and 2001. I was aiming for about 2000 with my build. If you want to see the build, by the way, it is on my channel. It's called Millennium 2. So have a watch of that if you're curious as to what's in this PC. I did originally have 98 on it, but 98 really doesn't play nice with a Pentium 4. It's just not the right processor for it. There are certain early generation Pentium 4s that will run on okay, but not the one I have. And Pentium 3 it's fine with. Of course, Pentium 2. I do have a Pentium 2 around in the attic, I think. So, I'd like someday to build an original 98 gaming PC with a Voodoo 3 and all this for DOS gaming. Because you see, NT's all well and good, but it's not very good at doing DOS. It kind of just works. Oh, ah! I would have been in with a chance then. Maybe I saved my speed boost to the end. I mean, look at that, 116. Blimey, come on. Oh, there are no portraits in this one. 116.8. Oh, there's this stupid high score system as well where you have to type it in as if you're in the arcade, which is ludicrous. Okay, let's give it one more go. The Slowpoke Wipeout. Oh crap, I just realised the game is still Fallout on the stream, isn't it? Whoopsie. It's fine. I'm sure you can clearly tell that it's not Fallout. I'm not at my PC, so I can't do anything about it as yet. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, less good. It's fine. First lap, I need to warm up. Because the thing is, your first lap, you're going to be building up speed anyway, so you're never going to be... When you go into that bit on subsequent laps, you're going to approach it differently. At a different speed, possibly at a different angle as well. So, your first lap's always going to be a bit of a stinker, I feel. But, I could be wrong. There could be people who are really good at this who do first lappers and they're like, boom, straight in. Oh, by the way, can I talk about Halo? Nobody else seems to care about Halo. Well, nobody I talk to seems to care about Halo. And it bothers me, because Halo is... I mean, it's been a really good couple of weeks for me, because... I had the Jethro Tull Stormwatch remaster coming in the post, and my god, what a beautiful remaster that is. It just like, the original album was super atmospheric. It's one of my favourites. And it's just this super atmospheric album with these fantastic songs. Great variety on there. And then the remaster comes along and it's just amplified everything. It's just... when I say amplified, I mean made better, not made louder. Just putting that out there. And the bonus tracks as well. Oh my goodness. The second track on the original album is called Orion, and it's... you know, it's a really good song. It's about Orion, the star thing, the constellation as we call it in the trade, and it's a great little song, 5 minutes ish. On the remaster, where they give you a load of they've given you a second disc full of bonus tracks, early tracks, unreleased material, great stuff. They've done it on all the recent remasters, fantastic stuff. And the version of Orion on there is like 9 minutes long, and it's just got this fantastic intro as well. Turns almost into a sci-fi song. It's great. It's like Cygnus X1 by Rush. Or, I suppose, a bit more like Cygnus X2A by Rush. Yes, that is indeed a track. It's on the Farewell to Kings remaster. From 2017, I believe. Which is another really good remaster. Although I'm sure... When I've spoken... I mean, I remember when I was in Oxfam, because I used to volunteer at Oxfam. There was a guy buying some albums, and I said to him, there's some great... Yeah, because it was saying, it's really hard to find the original albums these days. You can only ever find remasters. And I'm like, yeah, but the remasters are sometimes really good. I mean, sometimes it's like listening to a whole new album. Well, no, the words I said was, it's like listening to a different album. And he said, yeah, that's the issue. So I can understand where people come from if people don't like remasters, but the way I see it, a lot of the time the remaster, when they come back to it, if it's done right, it's the artist's original vision done by somebody who understands music and can actually make a genuine improvement. To go back to the Stormwatch remaster again, one of the issues I had with the original was that the sound quality wasn't perfect. I mean, it was good, but the one of the tracks in particular, track 5, Something's on the Move. Ian the Anderson, the singer, he has a noticeable lisp on that song, and it just kind of puts you off. On the remaster, they fixed that. It's now nice and crisp. I mean, it's still not perfect, but you know, they had to work with the material they had, so it's fine. I just cannot do that corner. That corner just catches me out every goddamn time. I'm not sure how else to do it. Alright, we're going into the last lap now. Let's see if I can pull it out of the bag. Get that 113, well, 112 ideally, I think, is what I'm really aiming for. I can't quite work out where the threshold is for hitting the speed boosts, because I thought I hit that one just there, but it didn't seem to have registered. Do you have to proper go over it, or can you just sort of catch the edge of it? Not that answering that question will do me any good, because I can't see the chat. Nice one, me. But maybe I can use it in future when I go back to my actual PC. Ugh. How is it that every goddamn stream is a flipping shambles? Whee! And to think I actually prepared for this one as well, kind of. Right, I'll save my speed boost until I get out of that stinking corner, because it doesn't seem to help me very much here, because I just crash straight into the floor. And I get speed boosts here anyway. Oh crap. So, really, there's not... I mean, I'll have to see, but there doesn't seem to be much advantage to using it there. Whee! But possibly the power-up speed boost is, well, it is a lot more powerful than the floor speed boosts. Floor speed boosts. What do I sound like? Okay, here we go. We're getting into the last leg. It's make or break time. Let's have a boosty boost. So, them two, there's two together there. It's hitting to make you even faster. Yes, that's the other problem with this version, by the way. You can't really see where you're going because there's no differentiation in the lighting. Whereas in the PlayStation version, distant things are dark. You know, as in real life. Not so with this one. This one, everything's the same light level, so you can't really tell how far something is. Okay, here we go. Pew! Fire then. Ah, press the Windows key by accident! Ugh. Dear oh dear. That could have been a good finish, but instead it was just a damp old squib. Okay, back to my regular old PC, and I will need to adjust the microphone, so because, well, this is at the other side of the room. So, bear with me while I do that. Will do. Yes, fine. Do not restart the race, please, Bob. So I'll leave this switched on, and I'll come back to it. Let's just get the... There we are. Up you come, microphone. Oh, need to turn around. Now you're facing my computer, so that's no good. Whee! Ugh. And here we are again, back in this... Oh, wait, hang on. Let's just adjust everything, because I'm probably sounding like I'm at one side at the moment. Although, looking at the levels, does it record in mono if it's set to cardioid mode, this mic? Who knows? Come on, you jerk. There we are. How has it been an hour already? That's ludicrous. What have I been doing? Oh, well, I suppose 20 minutes of that was the pre-stream stuff. That screensaver, by the way, the Mystify screensaver, really messes with the bitrate, doesn't it? It's horrible. Alright, so where are we? Where are we? Yeah, let's get the Fallout files copied up. I need the disc, don't I? You see, the thing is, I've got Fallout on my PC here. But it's patched and all this. It's from GOG.com. It's the original GOG release, by the way, that still said Interplay at the start. And that's the issue. I want to play the original disc version 1.0 that was released to manufacture, put on that disc that I have. That's the version I want to play for the review. Which, you know, that's just how I want to do it. So, I'm just going to get the disc. Oh. Where is the disc? Did I put it back? think I put it back, didn't I? This is a good stream. Should I put some music on in the background? Because it's very, very quiet and I'm just keep getting up and getting down again. Ugh. Let's put the Christmas songs on. Nope, had that one. Yay! It's probably far too loud, is that? And it's probably drowning me out, but c'est la vie, you know? C'est la vie. Right, if I set compact mode to Windows 95 on this, install it to a folder, then copy that to my come on, disk drive, shut. Thank you. That should theoretically work, because the actual executable, I'm pretty sure, just doesn't care what it runs on. It'll just run. Wee, loudy, loud, loud. Okay, open. Let's run setup.exe. Compatibility with Windows 98, please. Bob! Do not moan now. Moan not. English. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's gone in full screen. Okay, let's have the humongous installation, please. Let's put it on drive F, because that'll be quick, because it's an SSD. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I want to get the original experience of playing it back in the day. So yeah, you see, this is the issue. I'm not actually seeing anything now, which is going to make for some great stream material. Here's the thing, though. This happened last time I streamed. You see, last week, yeah, part of the stream was going to be the installation progress as well, which has not come to be. What a shame. Yeah, not last week, on Tuesday this week, Halo Reach was released on PC, which is fan-freaking-tastic, as I mentioned. And I could wax lyrical about that all day. But I won't, because I think people get bored. And the first 40 minutes of the stream was me playing other games while it downloaded. So this isn't new territory. This is, in fact, familiar and quite annoying territory, but territory nonetheless. I think it's what people come to expect from these damn streams anyway. They are damned. They are unlucky. My god, the proportions on these characters on the loading screen are just bizarre. I mean, this poor woman has got ridiculous breasts. They look solid. They look absolutely like they're made of rock. It's ridiculous. And the guy, I mean, I don't know what the vault suits were made out of back in '98, but good lord. I mean, whatever they're made out of in Fallout 4, I guess. The suits looked way better in 3 and New Vegas, didn't they? Because these are just, I mean, skin-tight suits. Whose idea was that? It's just uncomfortable, and it cannot be easy to move around in one of them things. Whereas the ones in 3 New Vegas, they actually looked like suits that you would work in. They just look better. More comfy, you know what I mean? Right, so it's installed to my start menu, which is flipping great. Oh well. So do I need the disc actually to play this? Or can I get away with a no CD? Well, let's take the CD out. And before I nip over to the 2K, let's just give it a quick test. Oh, it's just put it in program files, it's not put it in x86. That's kind of funny. Yeah, it just runs, it doesn't care what it runs on. It just runs. Wow, SSD loading, it was straight in. Yeah. Okay, well that works. No disc. I mean, if it asks for the disc, I've got it in my hand, so it's not a problem, you know. Okay, well let's now we need to copy it to the slow USB. I mean, it's only half a gig-ish, so just over. You know, I never used to say gig, and now I've started saying it. It makes me sad. Can't can't believe people are actually watching this stream. Hello. I'm sure the maze is the most enjoyable thing you've seen all week. Maybe I should change it to just chatting while I'm doing this. Yeah, I think I should. That would be suitable, would it not? Just chatting, please, Bob, because I am just chatting. Wow, the stream title. I mean, I always put those things in as a joke, but it's coming up trumps, isn't it? It's absolutely correct. Yes, well, the problems aren't coming from the hardware so much as the software. What I really want to do is dual boot, but that's probably a can of worms, put it that way. Yeah, I'll have a... I mean, I have got a 98 PC, but it's not got a GPU, and it's an IBM Aptiva. It's not got a dedicated graphics card in it, and it can't have one because it doesn't have the space on the motherboard for it, which is annoying. It can't take AGP. I don't believe it can take PCIe either, so there's really nothing I can put in there. It's a problem. I mean, it runs DOS games just fine, so maybe I could get away with that. But I can't have them both set up at once because there just isn't enough room here. Yeah, that's the long and short of it, really. And I did, when I was building my Millennium PC, I did demonstrate a few DOS games with it. A Doom in particular runs quite badly. It runs badlier than you would want it to. Oh, it's finished, right, okay. Bear ye with me while I get it started. Don't give me this, it currently in use, bunkum. It's not. Eject. Fansk. Okay, just bear with me one moment while I try this out, get it launched, and then I'll switch over again. Ugh. You know when I said I'd do it later, I actually meant I'd do it now. CD. USB in, please, Bob. Let's try it. Oh, I hope I didn't launch Wi-Fi. You can't hear me. Yeah, you can probably barely hear me. Removable disk. Fallout. Put it in the games folder. Copying. While I'm doing this malarkey, let's actually show something that's kind of relevant. And I'll switch the microphone over. Okay, spinny spin. Spin it round. I'm glad my headphone cable is long enough to reach all this way. This is such a professional stream, guys. This is how we do it here. It's why we're called Broken Circus. Because goodness knows we're not fixed. We are not in a good state of repair on this channel. Right. I must remember to change it back to Fallout after. Okay, I'm here. I feel the need to constantly be saying something so that nobody comes in, realises that nothing's happening, and then beggars off again just as quickly. Okay, here we go. So I think everything's in place now. Good. We're just copying critter.dat, which is a very important dat file. It involves critters, and there are a lot of them in Fallout. Well, I suppose, yeah. The reason why I say that the capture card should be able to switch resolutions on the fly is because when I do it through my PlayStation 2, that runs at 480p or something, runs at a resolution anyway, right? Makes sense. And so when I switch games, or when the resolution switches on there, it just switches, and that's fine. It seems to be sticking to RuneScape tracks on here. That's pretty good. What was I saying? Yeah, it seems to be able to switch resolutions on the fly there. So if I launch, say, if I go into OPL, it's 480p, and then I launch a PS1 game, suddenly it's 240p. Obviously it's upscaled it to 480p, but then it's upscaled anyway, so that's the bit I don't get. Because when I change resolution from this machine, it has trouble with it. Even though it can change resolutions on other machines just fine. It makes no sense to me. Possibly it's because when it upscales, it's upscaling to a resolution that is a factor of 240. That might be it, actually, thinking about it, because it'll go 240p, let's say that's the baseline. So it'll go 240p, which will scale up into 480p, and then further into, what will that go to? 480, 1280 by... Yeah, it's 1280, isn't it? No, it's, what is it? Why can't I maths today? 480. 960, that's it, 960. It'll go to 960. So 1280 by 960, so that's your 4:3 resolution scaled 4 times. So that's your 4x, blah blah blah. Although, I think it actually does a... I don't know what it does. It does something. Anyway, my point is it's a factor of 240. So when you do a 480p video, it'll then go up to 960 again by scaling twice. But then with PC, you're in the realms of 1024 by 768, which if I was to go to first of all 848 by 480, what kind of resolution is that? But also you got 640 by 480 there, 800 by 600, which is not a factor of that, and then 1024, which is also not a factor of that. So they don't sort of cleanly go into each other, which is probably the only issue that I can think of anyway. The only way that sort of makes sense. Also, you notice I have a Halo wallpaper, but Halo doesn't really work on here. Again, it might work in XP. I think it is just a driver issue, that possibly. Finding drivers for this thing was such a ball ache. There is a piece of software you can get called SDIO. That's SDI. I will hasten to add. Snappy Driver Installer Origin, which, yeah, on the whole, you shouldn't really trust a driver installers because they'll install all sorts of malware. But this one's under the GPL. It's on GitHub, and I've given it a couple of tests on non-network machines, and it just seems to work fine. It gets all the drivers, it pulls them from a database and just gets the correct drivers, and you can pick which ones you want to install. It just takes the difficulty out of installing drivers on old systems. I'd never use it on a modern system because there's just no point. I would only ever use it on a non-networked machine, especially if it's a modern system, but on a modern system there's not really any need to, unless you're running a weird piece of hardware that just doesn't have drivers. And if in that case, it probably doesn't have drivers that are compatible with Windows 10 anyway, so whatever. But it was extremely useful in finding XP drivers for a laptop. A Windows 7 laptop, but I've put XP on it for my baby cousin. Don't tell him though. Not that he'd especially be able to comprehend such a thing, because he's only 2. Is he 2 or is he 1? He's 1. Yeah, he's 1.5, I think. So, yeah, he might not quite understand what you're on about, but I've got so much cool stuff on here. What have I got in my games folder, actually? Let's just have a butcher's. Oh, I can't because Windows Explorer is poopy. And because I'm running a crappy hard drive. Let's try and get some details on this hard drive, shall we? Let's have a look. Hardware. Maxtor. I think actually I got this off my mate Chris, who was on a couple of weeks ago. Friend of the channel. So I pinched it off him and he just found it, so yeah, it's probably not. And the only reason I got this is because another one died on me. Yeah. But it's not ideal, really. And if I can switch it with a nice flash solution, then I'm in the money basically. Oh, I thought I'd given up then. You know what I always liked best about this? Hey, where is it? It's not there. Probably because this is NT and it doesn't actually have it. Oh well. Let's do this while we wait. Solitaire, man. I've got a solitaire app on my phone. It's a really nice solitaire app, but you know, sometimes you play it and you end up getting yourself into a corner that you can't really get out of. And I get to that point and I think, well, how the hell could I have done that differently? Because usually there's only ever one move that you can make. I mean, I realise, oh, it's Total Biscuit. That's going to be awkward to talk over. Yeah, I can't concentrate. I'm going to have to turn it off while I talk. Yeah, I realised I could have put that 10 there instead, and that would have changed the course of the game somewhat, but I don't know. You can't know until you get to until you get stuck that you are on the wrong course. It's a bit like, this is the original Sierra adventure game, isn't it? That's what it is. Aha. Fortunately, the right-click function exists in this, and that makes things a whole lot quicker. But it only does it if you're sending stuff home rather than all the time, because that would be cheating. I'm getting all these queens. I need kings. Which is a pretty good song by Steely Dan, isn't it? Yeah. Raise up your pitchers. Raise up your glass for good kings gone. Oh, whatever he says, I don't know. You see, I'm in a hole now. I can't really get out of this one. You don't get hints out of the deal. Let's have one more go before jumping into it. Oh. Old Fallout. Solitaire while listening to Total Biscuit sing about DLC. Fantastic. Oh no, I gave her the ending. It was actually about pre-orders, isn't it?
It should have been free, but I just cannot wait
to buy the DLC. You see here, I mean, I know it's a random shuffle, so there's no way to actually guarantee a good hand, but yeah. Anyway, exit. I'll go and switch the game and then we'll get going. Let's make sure it loads first. Oh, it's... Aha! For I have the disc! Game. Take that. But... Oh... You're running Fallout from the directory you installed it to. Crap. I could be in trouble here. Hold on, hold on. We can do this. Yeah, it doesn't think it's installed, but it's fine. It's fine. Where's Notepad? Notepad? Notepad. Ha 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 ha! Way! We've done it. Right, okay, hold on. Let's not celebrate too early. See games. Fallout, data sound music. Yeah, look, it's looking at all the wrong directories. Yeah, it should be fine, I think. Yeah. Bad boy this year. Hey! Hooray, right. Josh Hoxton. Oh yes, it's I need to do the deactivate and activate thing again. Because it's in the wrong resolution. Here we go. Yay! Once again, no sound. Oh yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to change the game. Fallout. Fallout the first. Done. Yay! Although I note with some dismay that there's nothing coming out of the speakers either. Oh, I love this intro. Watch the intro while I get the audio fixed. Oh no! My headphone cable is too short for this. I mean, I can walk around pretty much my whole room with my headphones on. Ah, that's why, because I plugged it into the motherboard and not the stinking sound card. What a wally. There we go. How loud's that on the... Oh. I don't know, I'll lower it so that I can hear it. There's not really much to hear in this. There we go. Oh dear, what's going on? There we are, right. Gotta let this cutscene play out, come on. None of my CRTs actually do that weird thing where they flat and then go pew. Because at the end of my Mystery Arcade videos... Yeah, shut up, what's your face? Rust. Ah, so this is actually Fallout 1.2, look. This must be a... Well, yeah, we saw that the files were from 98 in the CD-ROM directory, so... I guess this must be a later release. It is, in fact, the Dutch release, so that possibly is the reason. If you wanted a proper 1.0 release, you'd have to go to the States for that. Get one of them super expensive copies. I was lucky, mine was about, I don't know actually, I bought a load of games off a Dutch guy, I can't remember his name, but it was on the Big Box PC Game Collectors group. I bought this massive box of games from him, one of which I got, what did I get from him? I got Tempest 2000, I got that, Fallout, of course. I wonder if I got Alpha Centauri from him as well, or whether that was from the... No, that was from the Retro Games Fair, that. Could have been 3D Ultra Mini Golf that I got off him. Or maybe it was... Oh no, Crusader was from the Retro Games Fair as well. You see, it's funny, isn't it? I can tell which ones... I know which ones are from Retro Games Fairs. And that's about it. The rest of them I can never remember where I got from. Not really. That's the thing, most of them are from eBay. The 4 Tomb Raiders I found in a charity shop. Not the same charity shop, they all came from different charity shops. I think one of them may have come from the fair, actually. Toka and Toka 2, they came from... Oh, no. Yeah, Toka 2 came from eBay. Toka came from charity shop. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's start a new game on Fallout. So I don't want to be this jerk because I don't like the... When I play these games, I like to be a glass cannon sort of character. So a lot of damage, very fast, lots of dodge. I can't remember if dodge is actually a thing in this. But that's the sort of character I like to play. Yeah. So, I've not actually read these bios. Maxwell is the largest person currently living in the vault. He is known for his physical strength and stamina. He would make the ideal volunteer due to his tremendous size and strength. It is unfortunate that his intelligence was infected after birth when the labour bot dropped him on his head. He doesn't care that he might have to leave the vault. Natalia is the grandchild of a Russian diplomat who worked at the Soviet consulate in Los Angeles. She is a talented acrobat with excellent coordination reflexes, so that's the sort of character I would play. She is extremely intelligent and resourceful. Her only difficulty as a young child was understanding personal property laws. Natalia is very interested in leaving the vault and curious to explore the outside world. So you've got sneak and stuff like that. And then Albert is a charismatic leader of a small vocal minority of the vault population that is considering life on the outside world. Dedicated to the role of a negotiator, he is often able to communicate efficiently between different parties. His professed occupation is closest to what was once known as a lawyer. Albert is often able to convince others that his ideas are correct because he's got speech, he's good-natured, and he's got high charisma. Let's create a character then. Let's have a go at this. So knock the strength down 1 to start with. Endurance and agility, let's bump them up. What was this one? Perception. Perception, let's have up a little bit. Charisma down. I'm basing this off me having. There we go. That's the truth. Let's have charisma 3. Let's have intelligence up. Let's bump the intelligence up a bit and then bump the agility up 1 as well. And let's go small guns, because that's always a good plan. It's a violent and harsh world out there. Oh, so I can have 3 tech skills. I'm sure I can only have 2 unless it's a high intelligence thing. Who knows? Let's do first aid. That's very useful. And let's do. Do I do speech? Nah, can't do speech. Lockpick. That seems reasonable. Outdoorsman, I've never really given much time. Just because I don't really know what it does. I know it improves you. Well, I kind of know what it does in New Vegas. It improves the quality of meat that you get off animals in the wasteland. Means you can make stuff out of herbs, but there's no crafting in this. So, okay, optional traits. These are difficult. You don't have to take them. But, you know, some of them are useful. That looks like it says Crove rather than Crave. Night person, whatever. Skilled. You see, I quite like Gifted. Let's do Gifted. Let's push the boat out. We might need to do a bit more grinding, but... Finesse. Now, I think Finesse might be a good idea. You get a higher crit chance, but you don't do as much damage in general. Is it a good trade-off? Small frame. More agile. Does that bump you? Yeah, that bumps your agility up by 1. Yeah. You can't carry as much. Although, let's just try it. Let's go all out on this build. I really don't know what age does. I do not understand the point of age. Let's just knock it down as low as it'll go. You can be 16. No, let's be 20. I'm gonna be a female because I don't think I've ever done that before. And of course, there we are. Right. Also, if you want to, you can print it. I might do that actually. Print. I don't know where that's gone, but it's gone somewhere. Done. Okay. So I've got to. Oh.
Up the ghost.
That's probably not going to sound crap, isn't it?
The process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault.
Fancy only having one.
This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe. Okay?
Not easy. Funny thing is, you can actually just waltz back into the vault and go and chat to him again. I think I've only done it once though. I remember when I first started this up and I was worried because I wanted to play a first person game, and then this cutscene was like, oh, it's going to be a first person game, and then the game actually started and I was like, and then I played it some more And then I came off it, and then I went back on it again a bit later. And I found that it was actually a really flipping good game. But in between them, I played Fallout 3, and that was good. So then I played this. And then I played New Vegas, and that was really good. But before that, I played Fallout 2. And I finished Fallout 2, the first. No, I finished 3 first, then 2. Never finished Vegas, and I've not yet finished this either. Despite having played this first bit like a million times, I've never actually finished the game. Right, so I've got to try and review this in 5 minutes. I'll play it a bit first, of course. Right, here we go, first battle. So, let us equip. I can equip 2 knives, because why? Let's get a knife and a shooty. Can I reach the rat? Just about. No. Come on, them crit chances. Fantastic. End combat. Oh man, yeah. I really do like this game. I just like the way it works. I like the. I mean, a lot of people don't enjoy the turn, but I need to speed up the. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Preferences. We need to bump up the combat speed. That's better. Where's the always? Oh, I don't want to always run on. Don't think. Let's turn subtitles on because that makes sense. Running normal, language filter off, combat talents on, of course. They're both, yeah. I'm just going to bump the brightness up as well so I can actually see it. Because it is, the thing with the CRT, massive contrast. So the blacks are totally black. And the thing is, these games were designed with that in mind. So this cave looks really, 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 really dark. Like it would do if you were in a cave. Such as this. But it means that I can't really see what I'm doing or where I'm going. That's better. Bam! Let's get that XP. Alright. Boo! Hey. Boo, I say. Poo! Alright. Hoof it. Oh. It doesn't help if you swipe above the rat. There we are, finally. Yes. Die, would you? Get him to waste an action point. Oh, no, there we go. That's my agility at work, I think. Oh, hang on. Where am I going here? I need to be... Oh, no. Where the heck am I actually going? I genuinely cannot see where I'm going. I'm going to have to mess with the monitor settings. Brightness up a bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. And now I turn it down in game. Normal. Done. Done. That's marginally better. Ah, yes, now I can see where I'm going. To the west, you can see a natural light. For the first time in your life, you are looking at the outside world. So, first things first, put the... Oh, no. Let's keep the knife out. Switch to gun, just in case. It takes 5 action points to fire the gun. I don't remember that. Oh, straight in with a combat encounter. Oh, wow. Many, many rattos. You see here as well, it actually looks like I'm outside. Such is the beauty of using a CRT. It's hard to explain just how good it is using a CRT without being able to show you properly. Because it really does look... I mean, I hesitate to say it looks real because it looks like this, you know, but... Right, let's get them to waste some action points. Chasing me, there we go. There we go, I've taken one out. Fantastic. But it's like the best example I think is not Fallout, Outrun 2. When you play that on a CRT, when the sun comes out, it's just like, oh, you could actually be there. And yeah, Outrun 2 does look a little bit dated these days, but it's still a good looking game for its time. It looks great, and it's not aged so much to be unplayable like some games do. Please holster that weapon while you're here. No worries. Let's have a chat with this person. Hello. I'd like some information. I want to know about this place. Shady Sands is a peaceful community. We have our own irrigation system so we can grow our own food. If we were not plagued with raiders and red scorpions, we would have no problems. I want to know about the red scorpions. Those damn red scorpions have been after our Brahmins since we moved here. I like how he says, well, yeah, they treat you as if you're just another guy, or another person, I suppose. Yeah. Not a week goes by that someone doesn't get poisoned trying to keep them out of the pens. Last week they took my brother Jarvis. Raslo, our doctor, is looking for an antidote as quickly as he can. Hey, if you have the means to help us, why don't you talk to our leader, Aradesh? I don't want to go to the Red Scorpion Caves yet. Yikes. I want to know about the raiders, please. There are several groups of raiders. I organise guards like Ian to help fight them off. There is one band to the southeast of here. Watch out for them. You should go and speak to Aradesh. Okay, I'll go and speak to Aradesh. Look at the dogs. Woof woof. I like how he doesn't give me any directions. He just says go and speak to him. He's like, whatever. Nice to see you. Yeah. Likewise, mate. You all look a bit zombified, but hey. Don't let me judge. Right, that's Aradesh. Yeah, there he is.
Greetings. Your business in Shady Sands might be...
Mate, don't be so judgmental. With your little earring and your sandy weird... Oh, have you got a bit of a sniffles, mate? Yeah, I don't think he believes you if you say you're from a vault.
I know of no village to the west.
Have you been through the mountains west of here?
To my regret, I have not. Which begs the question, how did you make that passage?
It was pretty tough, but I'm in.
Yes. I shall believe you, for now. But we do not trust easily, especially those who might be dangerous. Know that Seth and I will be watching you.
Alright, chill out. Hang on, mate.
What may I help you with this fine day?
Can you?
Shady Sands is much like a family, one that keeps to itself.
Are there any other cities?
Lies south of here, though there is little in the way of visitation. From stories, I'm certain there are cities south of that.
That's a little shrug. Come on, mate.
Certainly. What do you wish to know?
This guy. God, stop shrugging at me. It's like, come on. I'm just here to chat. What do you want from me? What's going on around here?
Yes, great packs
Oh, now you're my mate, are you?
killing our herds. We don't know where they're from, and no matter how many we kill, there's always more.
Yeah, so what you can do about it? Huh? Shrug at you, huh?
And now the monsters are attacking my people. Raslo is trying to find a cure for their poison, but I'm not sure how it goes.
Well, I'll help you get rid of these things.
Yes. Please talk to Raslo. He possesses far more information on these creatures than I.
Alright. Now you're my mate. I see how it is. You're all, we don't trust easily until you want something, right? Yeah, I know the sort.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
There was a traveler in town, but I was kind of skeptical until I saw you. My name's Tandy. What's yours?
My name is Jimmy.
How do you like our little town? Bored yet?
There's nothing here to do but watch the Brahmin, mate.
Finally, someone else who sees. Of course, you've probably been everywhere, so this must be hell for you.
I'm sure you're exaggerating.
You live here all your life and see how you like it.
Alright.
Anything else you want to know?
If you had any stories, just stuff.
Problem. Anything else?
What else is...
Bunch of cities down south, but since you're such a great traveler, I'm sure you know that already. No problem. Anything else? It's okay, I guess.
If you're bored, why don't you leave?
Leave? I wish. I don't know enough to leave alone. No one else wants to go. Worst of all, my father says he would have a heart attack if something happened to me. Sure, I guess. I've never been out of... Well, thanks for talking. We don't get many strangers here, so it's good to talk to new people. Well, see ya.
She's got a weird mouth. That's a part of the issue with talking to people in this game is the fact that the heads do not move while they're talking. It's kind of just like, I think this is Razzle. Yeah, there he is. What do you know about rad scorpions? Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, the heads don't move at all. It's just the mouths which are animated. They only move when they're not talking, and they don't move that much. So it's a little bit unsettling when they're sort of staring at you. But I mean, I kind of wish there were more of them. In Fallout 2, there's a character called Cassidy, who is related to somebody in New Vegas, by the way, or vice versa. And the restoration project for that game had a chat head for him, which is great. And I don't know, I just like him. It's they obviously couldn't do things like they could do in 3 in this game, which is why most of the time you get this sort of situation where you just stood in front of the person. But when they've got a chat head, you can kind of say, oh yes, this is obviously somebody important. You seem well educated. What are you doing here? Hey mate, do you want help or not? Yeah. Anything else? If I could get a sample of their poison, I could create an antivenom. Okay, that sounds like a quest or something. Let's do it. Let's not, because I'm going to get killed. Ha! Let's go skill up first. Something I like about this game, and something I'm not really thought about, is the fact that they don't repeat the same frames of animation for left and right. Look. I mean, the female standing around is a bit of a strange pose, but then so is the guy. He's just sort of stood with his chest out. But yeah, the 13 stays the same way around, and the leg as well. The female walking animation looks a bit more natural than the male one, though. What about the running? The running still looks flipping weird. Yeah. Okay, we've got another town on our map. I don't really need to go into the raiders camp, though. That's going to get me killed, I imagine. Let's see what we can find in old Vault 15, then. In we go. Oh, a rad scorpion. That might be helpful. Can I hit it from here? No. No. Even less chance. Oh god, come on Jimmy. There we go. Bam. Right. Oh. Bam-o. Oh. Look. It's all good. I just need to... Hey, there we go. It's dead. Fantastic. End combat. Reload. Let's get one of those sacks. Hey, get the tail. Fantastic. That's a good start. Let's... oh. Yeah, well, I can't do very much in Vault 15, and you'll see why. I'll just head into the top level. Oh, no, Ratto. Oh, I need to get my knife out, which uses a few AP, which is a problem, but it's alright. I can waste his AP. Oh, I can't. I really don't understand how the combat turns work in this. I've played it that many times, you'd think I'd know, but... right, I think there's a big boy in here somewhere. Oh, no, there he is! Alright, play it your way. Oh, I need 5 AP. Oh, jeez, Jimmy. I thought you were supposed to be good with guns. Ah! Yeah. Right. In combat. I'm using up a lot of ammo. How much ammo have I got? Oh, I've got a decent amount. Okay. I should be okay then. You got nothing on you. Can I rest here? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Can I rest? Oh, I can't. Oh, good. Good. Still can't see a flipping thing. Again. Makes sense, doesn't it? So. Alright, look. What's in here then? Flares. What do flares do? Oh. Oh, there's a lit flare there. Do I have to throw that? It does a fat lot of nothing, pretty much. Oh, did I critically miss? Oh god, I better punch the rat in the face and actually have a better chance of hitting with a punch. I don't have the AP to take the knife. Punch the rat in the face. Let's get the knife. Oh, I can spin around, or I can... Yeah, I've got it. I don't even know why I worried about that, because I've got another knife, haven't I? Right, let's look and see if I can loot anything here. I don't think there is much in the way of loot, but... I can't remember. So how am I going to review this in less than 5 minutes? This is ludicrous. What a stupid choice, but... Well, it's one of 2 games that start with F that I have in a big box, so... I didn't really fancy trying to review Flight Sim 98. Because that would require me to get my joystick out. And my joysticks are sort of squirreled away, so... Yeah, I'd rather not try and do that. Oh, look, there's another locker there. How long has that been there? Ah, medkits! Fantastic. I never knew that was there. See, it's always the sign of a great game slash film slash book where you learn new things when you go back to it. And I made that point when I last played Old Human Revolution. Cave rat critically missed and crippled her right arm. Okay. Never knew that A, cave rats were capable of hurting their arm. B, that cave rats had genders in this game. Well, that's about it. I suppose I don't have any weapons to drop, so yeah. I wonder what hurting the rat's arm actually does in terms of gameplay. Make them less able to aim? Yeah, I don't think there's much else here, is there? And there's a broken computer. Can't go down here because this elevator shaft is not easily descended without a rope, which could be a bit of a problem. So I better beggar off and see if we can't seek out one of those high-tech rope things. Bam. I insist on using the knife, but maybe the punch is a better way to go because I have a much greater chance of hitting. Let's just have a look at the He's the unarmed 62%. A combination of martial arts, boxing, and other hand-to-hand martial arts. Well, great. Melee weapons is 52%, so possibly I stick with unarmed for the time being. I won't be able to do as much damage with it, but at least I'll be able to hit a bit more consistently. I'm sure that kick was a separate unless that's a Fallout 2 thing. Oh no, it's not either. It's a RuneScape thing, isn't it? Wally. Alright, let's get out of Dodge. This is not a good place to be. I need to get outside. I need to rest, because... Rest until healed. Because I ain't gonna die if I'm not careful. There we go. I'm gonna nip back to Shady Sands, actually, and finish that quest, because might as well. Oh, what's this? Oh, hello. You stumble across some wrecked cars in there. I've never seen this before. There's a guy trying to sell cars, mate. Hello. These cars are all wrecks. They can't be in working condition. 100-point service, okay. Where's your service department? The dealer points to nothing. There's nothing over there. Okay, whatever you say. We have an excellent warranty. The first one is free. Throw in a full tank of gas and you have a deal. We don't have any petrol? God, what a jerk. Can I go in and borrow his stuff? Lockpick. Let's see, you can just keep trying. What am I doing? I can use the F2 key, I believe. Or just the 2 key. I unlocked it! Yay! Oh. Quick save first. Yeah, there we go. Man. Let's just close the door so he doesn't know I'm in here. Let's search the bookcase. What we got? Nothing. I bet this guy has absolutely nothing. Ooh, a footlocker. Okay. Ha! Picky locky lockpick. I don't think there's any disadvantage. Just keep trying to pick the lock. Hey, I've definitely picked the lock. Oh! No way! I'm pretty certain this is the one of the best weapons in the game as well. That's not bad. Of course, I could be totally wrong. No, I am wrong. In fact, yeah. What I am thinking of is the Red Rider Limited Edition from Fallout 2, which is in fact one of the best weapons in the game, even though it's a BB gun. That and the Super Sledge, and you're pretty much sorted. Right, quickly save. Hooray! Sorry, mate, I'm just borrowing your BB gun. I hope you don't mind. Can I pick his pocket? My steel skill isn't very good. He's going to try and beat me up. Oh! I'm caught stealing the bottle caps. No, do I get to keep them anyway? No. Let's try it again. I like how I get to see, but... Ah! Did it! Yay! This guy. Poor guy. Well, I think he's pretty much had it. That was bad, but there's no karma in this, so who cares? That was cool. I've never seen that before. Alright, Shady Sands, please, Bob. Shady Sands. There's a lot more quests in Shady Sands as well. The thing with the quests is, let me show you, right. In 3 and later, you get a detailed quest log telling you where you need to go, and it gives you a pointer and all this. Great for me because my sense of direction is terrible and my memory is terrible. So, and the thing is, they expect you to have a notebook at hand because that's the sort of game this is. So when you look at the quest log status, this is your quest log. It just says find the water chip, stop the red scorpions. That's all you get. So it's kind of difficult to sort of keep track of the quests. It occurs to me that I am kind of reviewing this in bits and pieces, aren't I? I have a sample. Ooh. Yay, I got XPs. Oh, I'm nearly dinged as well. That's not bad. Go and speak to us, what's his face, and see if he likes me now. Hello.
Greetings. What may I help you with this fine day? Shady Sands is much like a family. The gardens are on the south side. The Grobber Pen, we are small and self-sufficient, so there is little else to tell.
Okay, thanks. Well, you're about as useful as a bag of grapes. Just made that up on the fly. That's a sentence. That should be on a shirt, shouldn't it? That's a sentence. Yeah. So how would I describe... What's my elevator pitch for Fallout? So, I mean, it's an isometric RPG, but it's not really isometric. It's because it's 6 ways, so that's already a wrong statement. What would you call this? You see, isometric's 4 directions, isn't it? This is too little water to supply your vault. Hello. What's the deal with this place? How do you survive out here? Who's your leader? Okay. Yeah, there must be a name. Something like hexametric, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure that's a word. So it's an overhead view RPG. That's the best I got. It uses pre-rendered graphics and developed in 1997 by Interplay. That's your objective stuff out of the way. It takes place in a extremely well realized world that kind of wears its austerity on its sleeve. You've got all these warring factions, and you kind of get a sense of that straight away, don't you? I mean, you've got this little town that's pretty safe, but you can see at the start, put your weapon away. We don't want that around here. They've got that attitude towards weapons. He's got his gun out. You've got all these dogs and things about. You've got all these people that look pretty ravaged. So you really do get a sense of what this world is all about. I'm Jimmy. Hey, it's Ian. I like Ian. What do you do here? He's been shot through the heart, and you're to blame. I'm sorry to hear about your injury. Can you give me directions, please? And yeah, you've got all this lore as well. It's straight in. It's not one of these things that sort of... What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, I've come across things where they play it too safe with the lore, and they sort of have to explain everything as they come across it. Whereas in this, it's like, right, this is Shady Sands, this is what we do. We've got Brahmin. What a Brahmin? Well, you've got to go and find out, yeah. The hub. They do trade in there. What do they trade? Well, you've got to find out, yeah. The Crimson Caravan, the water merchants. Oh, the water merchants, that might be useful, might it? Fargo traders, what do they do? Well, they go far, don't they? You're going to have to find out. That's what I mean. It's kind of like it presents you with this world and then leaves you to go and explore it. It doesn't force you to play in any specific way, and it doesn't force you to really do anything. The only thing that you actually have to do is just find a water chip. Once you've done that, the world's your oyster. You can just do whatever you want. And I think that's expanded a lot more in the sequel, but in this first game, they just do such a good job with it. Now, if you compare it to the previous game, Wasteland, I think that got a bit too over-complex for its own good. I mean, you had a party to deal with. This, you can have a party as well, but mostly you're just worrying about yourself. You only have to control yourself. If you have got a party, then they just sort of act autonomously. Look. 100 caps and you got a deal. How about a piece of the action? Hey! And now we have a party! Oh, and I've dinged! So, I need to go to the character menu. Let's bump up the small guns a bit. The tag skills, you get 2% for each bump. I'm sure there's words for that. Whereas the normal skills, you only get 1. I do want to put a little bit into unarmed, actually. And of course, let's bump up that lockpick. Yep, very good. I don't get anything else as yet. On the next level, I do get another trait perk I can pick. What's in this little house? So Ian will just follow me around. He could do with me having a chat head, couldn't he? But let's just barter with him and see what he's got on his person. He's got bullets and he's got caps. He's not got I suppose he's got a gun on his hand, doesn't he? So, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I'm going to give him a knife. And I can have some caps in return. Oh. Can I type it in? Yeah, I can. Offer. Okay, that's a good trade. Nice. What weapons are you skilled with? You can use an SMG, you can use a pistol, and you can use a knife. Well, you got a knife. I gave you one I sold you one. Right. Let's nip off to the old, whatchamacallit? The town. Let's go to Junktown. But a little in the way of visitation. But I'm not after visitation. I'm not on holiday, you know. Ah! Ah! He's a red scorpion. I'm gonna punch it in the 1 hit point. Yeesh. Ian, help me. Shoot it. Shoot it harder. Punch it. Punch it. Hey, we did it. Let's maybe pass on the old unarmed bit for now because that might not be doing as much good. Let's yeah. Junktown. We're on the train to Junktown. Something else I like about this game is the fact that you're not instantly skilled in anything. That's a problem with a lot of modern day sort of action RPGs, is that yeah, okay, chill out. Sounds fair. No weapons can be drawn except in self-defense. If you want to start a fight, it's your own fault. Other than that, it's your right to go around armed. Just don't pull a knife or a gun without just cause. Okay. Fair enough. Let's put it away. Yeah, you're not instantly like perfect with a gun. You're not instantly fantastic with stabbing people with a knife. You've really got to work at it before you can hold your own. Hey, I like a rowdy town. Okay. I like how you can give that guy a lip as well. This guy's got a spear. I love how some of them have spears as well. It's pretty hardcore. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, you don't... That's what I find with Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is a particularly... Well, it's not too bad an example, I suppose, because if you think about Fallout 3, you're a young person, you come out of the vault at age whatever, say 20. And somehow you know how to use pistols, rifles, rocket launchers, knives, swords. You can find swords, can't you? You can use every gun pretty much, and you can hold your own with every gun. And in this you can't. And Deus Ex is a fantastic example because you really cannot shoot. You can't shoot the broadside of a barn in that game. At the start, you've really got to train it up. You got to make sure that you get skilled in all these things before you try and use the guns. You know what I mean? So that's a good example because you will never have had exposure to using guns in the vault or fighting at all, really, if it's a decent vault. And it seemed like a pretty peaceful vault. New Vegas you can get away with because the courier has been presumably doing the rounds for a long time, even though he has amnesia at the start of the game because that's video games, isn't it? Anyway, let's talk to Killian. Do you own this stuff?
May not be as big as some in the hub, but people usually find what they're looking for. Take a look around.
Let's barter. Let's see what you got, stout yeoman. You got a shooty. You got medkits. You got money. You've actually not got very much, have you? Okay, let's talk. I can't talk to him because it's done. Oh well.
Well, howdy. What can I do for you today?
Who are you?
Killian Darkwater. I'm the mayor of this fine town. Who might you be?
My name is Jimmy. I come from up north.
Up that way, except desert and shady sands. You from there? Oh yeah, sure you do. And when you were a baby, your crib was a safe. Yeah, if you say so. So, what do you need?
How about telling me a little about this town?
Junktown's not much, but it's home. Mostly,
I mean, everywhere in this game is not much, let's face it.
of course, we have our share of problems.
Problems?
Outside, we've had the occasional to-do with the cons, but they've been pretty quiet lately. Inside, trouble's been from the skulls.
Skulls.
Some strange things happening down
I better go. So we've got trouble brewing in the town. Oh, speaking of trouble. Well, bang! More bang! Oh. I love the sound of cracking ribs, even your own. Let's just switch weapons and then end combat. I'm going to loot that body. Cheers. A rifle? Well, I'll take that, thank you.
Thanks for saving my life. Quite a brave thing to do. It looks like we've got ourselves a situation here.
Yeah, we might do.
I know Gizmo's behind this, but I need proof. You interested in helping?
What do you need me for?
Now, if I get proof, the people of Junktown will kick him out. The way I figure it, I need to either plant a bug at his place or wear a wire and get him to confess to it. Can you handle that?
What do I get in return?
What? Anything in the store, even the most expensive, it's yours. No charge. If it's a gun, I'll give you all the ammo you can carry. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
I owe you. Here's the bug and the wire tab. Let me know when it's done. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Let's well, obviously save early, save often, as is the old adage. Right. So I need to wear the tape recorder, I believe. No, the bug I don't want. It's the tape deck I want. So you wear that on your person. I'm pretty sure that's what you do. I like how that's got action points. Like, what's that going to do in a combat situation, eh? So you beggar off up here. I know how to do this quest because I've done it like 3 or 4 times. This is the thing. I start up a game of Fallout and I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do it. And then I get fed up halfway through and play something else because I forgot. I'm not very good at remembering to play games. Yeah. But the quests are nicely... You see, the quests, a lot of the time, they just go here and do this and find this and then bring it back. Fetch quests, a lot of them are. But they're so nicely set up in the world. I mean, this doesn't feel like a fetch quest. This feels like I'm going off to help a town. It feels like I'm doing something. I'm affecting change in this crazy, crazy world. And you can kind of see the sort of social hierarchy as well. Right, mate. How's it going, fella?
What do you want? I'm a busy man.
I'm here to tell you that your assassin failed.
What are you talking about?
Of course you do.
Who you are. But I don't take kindly to strangers walking into my office and accusing me of things they know nothing about.
It takes him a very long time to actually say anything, this fella, so I'm going to skip quite a lot of it. But that's where you Mr. Pint Gizmo. I'm not accusing him. To help you.
What kind of help are we talking about?
You need someone who can do the job, but better. Very good. You can. I mean, you can. I mean...
But you work for me. You better know that nobody ever double-crosses Gizmo and lives to talk about it. You got me?
First of all, mate, your shoulder on your suit is knackered. It needs sewing up.
That's easy. I want him dead because he grabbed
I like how he thinks he's all that.
no.
Sure, it's a job.
Return with the dog tags he wears around his neck as proof. And we never had this conversation. You don't mention this to anyone. No one double-crosses me. No one.
Says who? You massive jerk. Okay, now we go back to Killian and tell him everything because we got the wiretap. So look, yep, we've got it all on tape. What a jerk. Hope I've done that right. Oh. Don't die on me, game. Oh, where am I? That's a good question. Where actually am I? Oh, I'm here. I got stuck. Also, something I like is that it doesn't, well, as far as I know, it doesn't treat you differently depending on if you play as a man or a woman. And that goes for all the Fallout games, and that's quite a good feature. Oh yeah,
So, did you get the evidence?
sure did.
Which? Bugger tape.
Confession. Let's hear it.
That's the first time I've been happy to hear his voice. Thanks, Frank. Now, time for you and me to take care of the other business.
I'll take a shoot gun and some shells, please. But how do I take the armor? I'm probably going to be alright for ammo, actually. The ammo's not as scarce as you might think it is, especially when you do plenty of quests and exploring, you tend to get quite a bit of ammo. And of course Ian's here as well, he can help. So,
Well, thanks again.
leather armor's a bit more difficult to get hold of, I find.
Some of his cronies out of town. Use another gun. Report.
Yeah.
Go to Lars at the guard station and he'll fill you in. And listen, this town owes you a lot.
Nice one, mate. Just quick save. Let's put that armor on. Armor. There we go. That will help a lot. Oh, hang on. Let's just have a look at the back of that armor. Yes, sure. That's really. It's not done up properly at the back. It's like a corset. Well, yeah, I said the game doesn't treat you any differently if you're a man or a woman, but yeah, the graphics. Well, I guess it is what it is, isn't it? It's a game from the 90s. It's not exactly going to be totally unsexist, you know what I mean? So where's the guard station and which one's Lars? Is it? No, that's jail. That's a Junktown citizen. I don't want to go and disturb him. That's mean. Andrew. Junktown peasant. He looked suspiciously like that other guy. Is it this guy? Yeah, let's nail that tub. Let's do it. I also love how this guy just sits at his desk. It's fantastic, this fight. Actually, no, this guy's a bit more of a threat, so let's try and take him out as well. Ow! Careful, Ian! Oh, die, would you? Flipping hell, this guy's tough, isn't he? Man. At least he's not attacking me anymore. Oh no! I'm gonna shoot Gizmo. There. I'm gonna teach you some manners. Oh my god. Don't die, Killian. That'll make this whole quest a waste of time. I'm gonna save him. No, I can't really, can I? Right. Everybody shoot this jerk. You missed? He's sat there. There he goes. Bam. Hole in the back of his, yeah. Hooray! 500 caps. Nice. And I dinged. Right, look. So I've got a perk now. What time are we on, actually? I need to make sure I don't overrun it. Wow. It's 9:15 already. I suppose this game is quite time-consuming, isn't it? Earlier sequence, that's useful. Faster healing. Swift learner. I might get that, actually. Or that, maybe? I'm going to go swift learner. Get a bit more XP. I'm going to bump up my small guns massively. 81%. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't bump anything down now, can I? Let's bump lock pick up as well. Yay. Okay, and done. Right, now I need to nip back to Gizmo's place to loot that body, because it doesn't give you a chance to. I like how I call it Gizmo's place, even though Gizmo's quite dead now. I need to loot it. wonder what happens if you go and chat to Killian now. Does he say something like, "Oh, congratulations on your great work and thank you. This town owes you a lot." There it is. I love how if you look at this thing as well, it says something like, "You see exit grid." Yeah, there we go. Huh. A peasant. A peasant wearing armour. Sure. Yep. Oh, the place is deserted now. Look, here we go. The bodies are still here. He's only got 50 caps. I was hoping to have his armour. Oh. What's Gizmo got then? He got bullet. He got foodage. He got monies. And he got a shooty. We got ourselves a locked door that we can try and lockpick. Yay, I did it! There's some more stuff in here. Not much. There's guns and bullets. Okay, a lighter and a mut fruit, I think. Is that? Or is it something else? Oh, it's a sack actually, isn't it? It's a sack. An average size bag. I don't know what it does. Don't know what the bag does. It's a bag. And bags don't really do much anyway, but... Yeah. This is, unfortunately got old game sensibilities about it, and, yeah, you do kind of find that there's some awkward design bits. The fact that you can search things and they're empty, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. Whereas in modern games they do say if they're empty. Although I never understood why it lets you search them anyway. So, what sort of damage does this do? No idea. Damage 1 to 3, range 22. Meh. I mean, it does the same damage as my unarmed attack, so let's not worry about that. That's a hunting rifle, I don't have much ammo for it. What's this? An enemy ball. Balls of steel. So, guns and bullets, that, a gun rag. If you read this... read it then. Yeah, you get a bit of extra gun. Silver butane lighter in good condition. Bag. Oh, the bag's got money in it. Huh. How do I exit the bag? Can I put my money in the bag? This bag holds your bottle caps, but there's money in the bag of bottle caps. I really don't understand. I'll keep the... What? Is the money now on the floor? Yeah, God's sake. Well, that was awkward. Why is there a bag? What's the point of the bag? And why does it still weigh £3 if there's nothing in it? Blinking bag. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Yeah, let's give this a try. There's no way out of here, is there? I'm gonna have to. There's no fire exits. Where's Ian gone? Oh, he's there. Okay, let's quick save. There is, in fact, a little mini game here that you can do. I'll say mini game. It's just another bit of the game. Oh yeah. What are the odds? Saul. I'm gonna bet on the challenger because it's only 25 caps. Sure, what the heck. Oh! Is Saul a rad scorpion? Or is the red scorpion the challenger? What the hell am I watching here? I thought this was the boxing minigame, which... I'm sure there was a boxing bit here that you could do. Hooray! I won. He doesn't look very well, does he? Oh, he looks unhurt. No, he doesn't. No, I don't want to bet. I was hoping I could fight, but... Let's chat to Ian. Alright, fella. Try your best weapon next time we go into battle. Need to change formation. Keep to moderate distance. Let's go. Right. I think here is where I'm going to leave it because I didn't intend to play it for as long as I did, and now I have done, so let's move on. I have to move my mic all the way over, but hey, it was worth it for being able to... oh, who's that? Somebody's just saying 1v1. I can't read the chat, sorry. Oh, I can barely read the chat. Right. Yes, I will leave it here. And then I will move on to an actual game that I can play on my actual PC. Well, maybe not. Yeah, so I've got to somehow make a little review of that. Before I... I'll probably do it tomorrow and just have a late video. I apologise, but... Yeah, it's my fault, sorry. So, exit game. Yes, please. Quote. Whoa, it's super bright now. This is the problem. Yeah, let's... Gonna have to change that. Knock the brightness down a bit. There we go, I can actually look at it now. And, yeah. Time to swizzle my microphone back over. Oh, come back. Drops me pillow. Who's that? Velocity Panda TTV. 1v1, yeah? On what? On Fallout? Don't think that's quite how it works. Anyway. Just while I get this sorted out. Man. Oh, that is... Here we go. So that was pretty cool, wasn't it? That was actually streaming from my PC. Which makes me very happy because the it's something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I've never really known how to do it because I do have a VGA splitter somewhere, but it's such crap quality. I mean, because it's not a powered splitter, it's just a passive 1:2 thing. It just you get a degraded signal at the other end, so it ends up being really dark, and you know, you lose quite a lot of the quality. You lose half the quality from it, pretty much. So that wasn't an ideal situation, but yeah, it was good fortune that I found that powered splitter. Pinched it from work. They didn't need it anymore, and so I asked if I could have it, and they said yes, and it works great. So, but that's not the only splitter that I have. It's Adventures in Splitters today, folks. Let's just switch the category to retro. Because... I mean, I don't know to what... Oh, I've left my drink over at the other side of the room again. Bear with me. I'm here. Overseer. Right. Yeah, I've also picked up a nice splitter, such that I can, well, you see, in the past, when I've had, when I've played PS2 games and PS1 games, it's always been a case of I've been moaning that there's a massive amount of input lag, have I not? That's been sort of a running theme when I've played games off my PlayStation. So, the solution, friends, we have one, finally. Of course, there is a slight issue which I'll get into, but, you know, it's better than it was. Deactivate. And activate. There we are. Goodbye. Yeah, let me just fiddle with the settings here a little bit because well, I need to basically. I'll explain why. Yeah. Well, I've not decided actually what to play. Now have I turned my telly on? Where's the on button? Good stuff. And switch it to AV. AV please, yay, there we go, beautiful. Right, so, I'm going to have to move the microphone around again. What a wally. Yeah. I've now got the same display as you will be seeing in a second when I've picked a game. Let's just pick something simple. Something that works as well. I'm finding that a lot of my games don't actually work properly, which is a problem. Yeah, why not that? That will do. Just wait for it to load. There are reasons for it to load because, yeah, it shows a lot of IP addresses when it's loading a PS1 game, so can't be doing with that being public knowledge, you know what I mean? Not that it really matters because it's all internal IPs anyway. Oh, you can probably hear it coming through the telly as well. Oh. I mean, I can sort of hear it coming through the telly. It's gonna not be, yeah, it's not quite in time, either. So I'm gonna have to turn it down on the telly. I'm just trying to think of how I need to do this. Bear with me. Okay, good. I can sort of see. Right. Swill? Great. Yeah, shut up. Shut up, Rick. Yeah. Ogzawa. So what we've got here is the PlayStation 2 nipping off to a little silver splitter that I've got. Multiplayer, please, Bob. CPU 1, CPU 2. Let's have CPU 3. Why not? Yeah, it's very mid-2000s splitter. Let's do... I don't know what any of these maps are. Ridgeback? Sure. For some reason, I'll explain when we actually get into the game because I can't concentrate on both at once. Look at all this racism. Let's be Tommy's Trotters because I like the... well, I'll have a paratrooper, pyrotech, sniper engineer, medic, grenadier. Yeah, I think I'll stick with pyrotech. I can rename them, but I can't be asked. Okay, good. Yep, next player. Garlic grunts, that'll do. Yep. Uncle Ham's hogs, yep, great. Sushi swine. That's not very funny in sushi swine, it's just crap racism. I'm gonna be honest. Sauerkraut is better. Even though it's still pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, let me start again. So I've got my PS2 going to a little SCART splitter via my nice RGC SCART cable. I said RGC there. Retro Gaming Cables. And that splits off, and it's not a powered one. That's the bit that puzzles me. So it's not a powered splitter. It is a normal... Oh! Well, that's a good start. Normal, unpowered splitter. And that goes to my little Philips Hotel TV, little television, CRT, of course. And the other one goes to, you can probably guess, the OSSC. And then that goes to the Elgato, then that goes to OBS, and that gets shipped off to Twitch. So it's what you're seeing right now. And there is a perfectly good reason for this. It's because then I can avoid input lag, for one, and then for two, get an actual smooth video that's crisp and nice, and I get all the benefits of playing on a CRT while also being able to record. It's freaking fantastic. 2 issues. The first, well, maybe 3 issues, depending on the way you look at it. One of the issues is that the cables are too darn short, so that's easy to sort out. Just need to order some nice cables, don't I? Issue number 2, I have to be facing away from my main screen, which means I can't read the chat. That's a problem. I will just have to look back every so often and look at it. So yeah, I've got remedies for them 2 issues. The third is that when it goes going into the CRT, it looks perfect. It looks as if I was just plugging it straight into the CRT, to my eyes anyway. I mean, I could be missing something here. It does look kind of green, but no, it doesn't actually, because the white text there does actually just look white. So possibly I'm just misremembering how this game actually looks. It happens. Right, let's do this and not actually kill myself this time. Flamethrower or Zuka? Let's go Zuka. X to fire. This is probably a bad idea. I actually totally missed. Fantastic. Should have just shot him with the pistol. Yeah, it looks perfect on the CRT. I can see it's nice and crisp. Just looks normal. But on the capture, it's quite significantly darker and a bit more washed out. And I don't quite understand that. You'd think if it was going to be washed out on one bit, it would be washed out everywhere. So I really don't follow.
The Sky Blues are romping out to victory.
Oh right, that's what happens. You get reinforcements. Yeah. So that's a bit of a puzzle. I'm not really sure why that's happened, but and the thing with that is I have to, because I can fiddle with the video settings sort of on the fly, but it's a case of I kind of need to find a way that I can have the settings stay as they are. Shoot him. He's going to turn around, he's going to do a little fiery shooty thing and miss every blinking shot apart from 2.
Not doing very well, are you, me old snot-coloured pal? Do you really want to win?
Shut up, Rick. That's Rick Mail, by the way. Well, what was I saying? Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to fiddle with the video settings every time, especially since the VGA input is just perfect. And if I guess any Sky input I'm going to run through the splitter anyway, so I don't really have to worry too much about constantly changing the settings for them. It's just the VGA. I don't really want to be changing the settings each time. Now, I'm kind of hoping there is a setting on the OSSC that I can do that per input, and I'll have to look at the instructions and see if I can actually do that. Because I'm just looking at the footage on the stream now and it looks, well, quite washed out. It looks a bit muddy. It doesn't look as clean as it does on here. I did test it with another game as well, and the colours are perfectly fine on here. Well, I tested it with Crash Bandicoot, which is a game I know head to foot, so yeah, it looked fine, and it all is fine. As far as I can tell, there's no input lag either. I'll have to do additional testing, but when I played Crash, there was none. None degraded from the experience anyway. Well, that was good, wasn't it? Is it me yet? So yeah, it's just a bit of an odd system, isn't it? But hey, it works. And once again, I must thank Mikhail Kroder for helping me out with this. He suggested a different splitter. Ow! Which didn't work for me. I do actually have that splitter, and it doesn't work at all for me, really. Even when... because I think it's supposed to be a switcher. So you switch between two different inputs rather than being a splitter as such. How do I jump? Oh, it's square, okay. Square to jump, what weirdness. Chaff grenades, or shrapnel grenades, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to try shooting that jerk over there. It's not going to go well, but I'm going to give it the old college try nonetheless. So where is he? He's over there, right. Let's see if I can do this. Come on! In the water. How is the water that deep? No, Nobby! The main reason I'm playing this game is so I can just demonstrate because I know it works. Should have done Crash really, but we've played plenty of Crash. Look, he's going to get a perfect shot now. No. I think he landed in water as well. Oh, you can destroy the buildings.
Hey, the garlic chomping navy blues seem to have this one sewn up. Good work.
I make 'em sizzle like a deep-fried squirrel.
Why do they sound like Elvis?
In for my muzzle.
Hey, Sky Blue Commander, winning isn't everything, especially with a haircut like yours.
Okay. Something I will mention as well is that there is still going to be a little bit of audio delay. Because I'm listening to the... well, what's coming through my PC at the moment. Because that makes sense, because I can hear everything else as well. Say if somebody follows, which you can do if you want. It's not necessary, but you know, it'd be nice. Just to prove a point, demonstrate what I mean, if nothing else. Jump! Jump. Right, I want to shoot this guy right up in his face, because then I'll get the maximum amount of hits. Here we go. Daka 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 daka! Straight in water, mate! Nice. So, something that I noticed when I was playing Crash is that occasionally the audio would be massively behind. So that's just something I've got to keep an eye on, but at the moment it's fine. But it's just kind of weird to be listening not to the game itself, but to the recording of the game. It's weird. It's very weird. But it's a good setup and I'm enjoying it. And it's just a further augmentation of my overall analog future. Now, the only way this could be better is if I had a little PVM or something like that. But the hotel TV is a nice little telly. I mean, there's no scan lines because it's quite a small telly, so you won't get the scan lines.
I like an easy mark.
The scan lines only really appear on larger monitors. Displays, I should say. Which is why I don't get scan lines on.
Oh, it's easy to win, isn't it, Sky Blues?
Oh, they won. Oh well. Well, that was a game. Yeah, I don't get scan lines on my IBM monitor that's hooked up to my Millennium PC. Because it's quite small and it's running at a quite high resolution. It's running at 1024 by 768. And this, I mean, there are very minor scan lines, but they're not as prevalent as they are on my Trinitron, which is, I mean, this is a 14-inch TV. I think it's 14-inch, isn't it? So the 480 eye signal that it's getting is just displaying as normal. It's fine. And so yeah, I don't get any scan lines on it. But on my Trinitron, because it's so big, I get quite significant scan lines, and they look great. It's just how it is, innit? Oh, I didn't know it generated maps. Okay, let's set. Survival or random deathmatch. What's survival then? Pigs in space. Yeah. Garlic grunts, of course. Let's stick with everybody. Yep. So what I need to do, I mean, ideally I could have done with doing this setup for Crash, because the input lag really caused a lot of trouble with that game. I was about to say I'll do it when I 100% it, but I've already 100%ed all 3 of them, so. What a wally. And saying that, I can't quite believe that I have actually 100%ed them all. Why is the jumping not affected even though we're on the moon? That's a bit odd, isn't it? Okay, guns. Let's get that old bazooka out. Let's see what I can do. If I can actually hit him this time. About there? Please! Yay! It weren't no direct hit, but it was something. Is Hogs of War actually a thing on this? Hogs of War, there it is, yeah. Should change to that. Hooray. Yeah, maybe I should explain Hogs of War a little bit. I want to play the campaign at some point on stream. Maybe that's the next game. No, actually, no, it's not. It's a nice little game. It's imperfect. I will just put that out there, that it's not... it's got some issues. Not least of which is the stereotypes that could be problematic in today's climate, but this is a product of its time and a product of its creators. I mean, like I say, Rick Mayall's responsible for doing the voices, all of them. I'm pretty sure he does all of them. So, and yeah, that's that's what you're dealing with. So it is a product of its time. But it's a nice little 3D Worms-alike. There's no there's not much destructible terrain. So it's a bit different in that regard. But it's got this a similar sort of sense of humour. You know, Worms does also have the thing of slightly problematic, slightly stereotypical voices. When I was playing it last week, I did notice that there was a voice called Whoopsie, which is basically a very camp person. Yeah. Right, I'm going to deck this guy. I'm going to deck him so hard he falls into water. Here we go. Ready for this? Right in there. There we go. That's where I want to be. Ready? Okay, I didn't deck him hard enough. What a shame. Yeah, and because it's 3D, it's a lot more difficult to aim and sort of work out where your shots are going to go. There also isn't wind, I don't believe. So you don't have to worry about that, but you still have to aim in a 3D space, and it's rather difficult. But they've all got silly voices and stuff, and you know, the weapons are nice and meaty. You get a nice variety of them. Maps are okay, I suppose. I've only played a little bit of the campaign, but it seemed like fun. I will just say the PlayStation version is the one to play because in the PC version the AI enemies don't actually move. They just sort of stand around and they'll move towards weapon crates, but they will not sort of walk around otherwise. Do I risk the jetpack or do I just do the bazooka again? I did pretty well last time. There. Oh, blammo! The shot. Oh, where are you going, mate? Uh-oh. This could be bad news. Uh-oh. No, Nobby. Was it Nobby? Yeah, it was.
I do believe I'm croaked. Is this normal, sir? Hey, the garlic chomping navy blues seem to have this one sewn up. Good work.
Also, I quite like the fact that they, when they're low on health, they sort of hobble around. It's a good little touch. It means that, unlike in Worms, you can't have a character that's on 1 health and can still sort of take the game. I mean, you can, but it's hey! Obviously, a lot less. It's a lot more difficult to sort of keep him going. Yeah, so because he's on half health, he's sort of limping around. It's not a good situation. I'm gonna shoot him. However you pronounce his name. I'm gonna be careful because I don't want to swear on this channel. That's not what we do. Please hit, please hit, please hit. Way, blammo! It kind of hit. Oh, if only he'd gone in the water. Oh no, it's him again. Uh-oh. I could be in trouble. Oh, he's going for the, oh. Yeah, take him out.
If you win this, I reckon everyone has to be incredibly nice to you all day.
Graphics are decent as well. I mean, the terrain textures are a bit blocky, as you can see, but the you know, the way they've been realised, the pigs and stuff, they're quite nicely nicely done. Weapons, graphics and stuff. The 2D assets are pretty good. Right. You're going down. Zuka. Let's get him. About there. Please hit. Woblam! Direct hit. That's what we want.
This is all your fault, Monsieur so-called Captain.
Kablooey! So much for them winning. Now it's time for Bobby Jim. He's going to directly hit me and kill me, I imagine. With his,
Well, I take this, Pilgrim.
with his cluster thingy. Ow. Yep, he's dead. Dead as a coffin now. There he goes. See you later. Yeah. The animations are a bit weird, especially that cheering animation, yeah. Oh, right, so Blue actually won, despite not surviving. Well, whatever. We'll play that properly sometime, but that's a nice little game. I did feel like I was going to play something in particular. Alas, alack, for I cannot remember what it was. Oh well. I wonder. I'm just trying something here. Yeah, something I want to mention as well is the fact that both the splitters that I have, the VGA one and the SCART one, they both, for some reason, require you to use a sort of gender changer so you can plug things into it, and I don't get it. Hold on. Put that away. I'm switching games, guys. You'd think if it was meant for things to be plugged into, you'd think it would already have a female end, wouldn't you? But it's weird, it's not the case. I don't understand it whatsoever. Yeah. Just plugging in a new device. I would hope that it will still work. It's been a little while since I last played this game. Just bear with me while I put it in, because of course this is a cartridge-based game. It's playing on a cartridge-based system such that it is. Yep. And the packaging is a little bit over the top, but yeah, maybe that'll come in a future video. In you go, sir. Bike. And I've got it in the wrong scene, that's why. I can't see it. Hey, there we are, look, that's nice. Looks proper good on my CRT. Edit stream info, let's done. Okay, well I think this will do us for the rest of the evening. So I have got here a car graphics controller, I believe. It's blue and black. And it features... Hold on. Ooh. That was my water, fortunately I'd sealed the bottle up. It features a nice... turbo switch, which is a built-in thing so it's not cheating. I just need to remember which one's turbo and which one isn't, because otherwise I'm going to screw myself over. Right. Yeah, we don't need to shoot anything. Not yet. Okay, maybe him. Yep. Yeah. And these ones. Might as well go for the old high scar, eh? I think my current high score is something like 700k. I don't think I'm going to beat it today because, well, these things don't happen while you're streaming. That's just silliness. Boink! Otherwise, I would have done the wipeout thing. Maybe I should try it outside of the stream, eh? Alright, come here. Come here. Bammo. In case you're unaware, this is Galaga 88 on the PC Engine. Running on the PC Engine. Ha ha ha! It makes me so... It just makes me really happy, the fact that it's running on the system. And I'm playing it on the CRT, and I'm also streaming it. It's just great. It's like the forbidden fruit. The reason I'm doing it this way, though, the reason I've not already shot everything, there's a couple of reasons for it. First of all, enemies are worth more when they're in flight, which is a standard Galaga thing. Oh, I need to be careful, actually. Yeah, let's just play it safe. Yeah, they're worth more in flight, and I'll explain the rest of it as we go along. Boom! So these blue ones here that keep flying down, when they merge into two, and you shoot them, they drop a warp canister. If you get 2 warp canisters, then you get to go to the next dimension. Now, if you've ever played Outrun, you may be familiar with this concept. It becomes a bit more apparent what it means when you get a game over, because it sort of shows you what it is you've done. But if you get 2 warp canisters, then you get to go into another dimension, and the other dimensions make the game harder, but you get more score. And when I say they make it harder, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. May I add. Yeah. They don't pull any punches with this game. It's a tricky old game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Hooray! You can also get a special bonus by not touching the controls whatsoever during the whole of the bonus stage. However, you don't get the points for actually shooting the things, so it's not worth as much. But it's a good idea if you don't know the order or the sort of patterns they're going to follow. Now, from this point on, you can get warp canisters from these rocks. So you don't need to wait for them to merge. However, it's still worth more points if they do so. I also need to get one of them to abduct me again because I've just made a boo-boo. Leave him, leave him, leave him. Okay, you can go. You can go. Down you go. Come on, fella. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I told you I wasn't going to do very well this time because I'm streaming. It happens because you're concentrating on putting on a good show as well. And, well, goodness knows I'm not doing that. But at least I'm giving it a fair shake, eh? Hooray! Yeah, so they all do different things that basically makes them worth more points. Like, they split out into several different enemies. But there comes a point where it just becomes a lot safer to just blast them all. And that becomes a lot easier when you've got the old rapid fire button. Whatever it's called. Right, let's do this properly. I mean, I can hit them while they're in... Oh, no, I can't because I want them to split apart, don't I? You see, the ones at the front are quite big ticket enemies, so they give you a lot of points if you manage to take them out. But it's managing to... Crap. I got tentative then and I panicked and I stopped moving. Oh well. Just gotta do the best I can with what I've got. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. I think Theodore Roosevelt said that. Genius. Also, I cannot let them abduct me now because then I will lose. Because I have no lives. There we go. There we go. Come on, merge. You weeds. There we are, good lad. Right. Let's see if I can do this with only 2 ships. Yeah. Let's not celebrate yet because... Yeah, there's a noticeable audio delay on this one. So they're not quite dancing in time to the music as I hear it. Which is making it a little bit more difficult, but you just gotta watch where they're going. Yeah, don't make that noise in this one. I think my next one up is at 150. Which I'm pretty close to getting, so... Oh no, there it is. Hey! Might be at 140 then. I don't know. I always forget. So you don't actually have to shoot any of these guys, I don't think, but... There's more points in it, and that's what we're here for. What's the point of playing a retro arcade game if you're not going to get yourself some scores and some high scores? Oh, I love these things. Right, let's just chew through them because I don't really fancy my chances. Hopefully one will come down and try and abduct me. I mean, well, one will definitely come down! God's sake. It's been a hot minute since I last played this, so I'm not doing terribly well. Excuses, excuses, eh? But I do really enjoy this game. It is one of the best I've played. I don't know And here's the thing, I don't know if I prefer this version or the arcade version. You see, the arcade version has, well, it's got better graphics. Let's just put that out there. It has. It's just how it is, you know. Arcade games had better graphics in this era because they were more powerful machines. But this has very respectable graphics for the time, and it's 1988, of course, hence the title. And it looks great. It looks almost exactly like the arcade version, it's just missing a few colours. So I really cannot bemoan its graphics. And I can't bemoan it very much else because they've properly set it up to be in I mean, the original was a vertical cabinet, obviously, because they always were. And they've done a really good job at sort of designing the game such that it works properly in 4:3, aka a horizontal aspect ratio. Something that you didn't always get with games like Space Invaders. If you watch my documentary on that, you'll find that there are quite a few Space Invaders games there that don't really think about how they're in 4:3. Or they do, but it still don't work properly. You see, Invaders, that's a very, very vertical game. It uses a lot of the vertical screen space. So, for example, with Space Invaders 90, you get the situation where the invaders start very low down the screen already. And because they're sort of in this very similar formation as they are in the arcade, even though it's a new game, it's not just an arcade part. It's crap, I'm not doing very well here at all. Yeah, I'm going to die. I'm going to die to the boss, and I almost never died to the boss. In fact, I think that's the first time I've ever died to a boss on this game. Tragic. But there you go, look, that's the outrun bit I was talking about. Anyway, yeah, because the formation is still quite wide, it pretty much goes across the whole screen. They end up right at the bottom, pretty much within a couple of moves, so it's a problem. And this doesn't really have that issue. Also, you may be thinking, hang on, I thought you said his high score was like 700k or something. Why isn't it there? That's because it doesn't save it, does it? So I don't know why it even bother. It's just today's high scores, I suppose. Anyway. Yeah, this does a good job of just putting it in the 4:3 aspect ratio correctly. Also, the controls of it are really nice. This controller's not bad. I'm not overly sold on this D-pad because it's a circle. It's sort of a circularish D-pad. It's a bit strange. But I've used worse. The PlayStation D-pad is not very good, really, when you compare it to others. Supposedly one of the best D-pads is the Saturn one, though I may just be making that up. I'm kind of regretting, because I ordered when they were, I think it was a limited run thing, and they did pink controllers for the Mega Drive and the Saturn. And when I looked at the other ones they did, because they do a few more, I saw that they also do a transparent blue one, and I thought, okay, well, I'll get the pink one for the Mega Drive, because that's cool, and I'll get a transparent blue one when I eventually get a Saturn, because I do want to get one someday. And it turns out the Saturn one is transparent grey, and it looks really ugly. So what I should have done is get the pink Saturn controller and the blue Mega Drive controller, but, you know, hindsight. Also, I'd just like to point out, in the later levels it's easy to get warp canisters because they just appear out of the rocks. But on this first level, the only way to get them is by shooting the attached enemies. The big boys. So, like I said, they don't make it easy. And it's certainly a game that you have to play a few times to really get the feel of it. But it makes me very happy that I showed this game to my dad, and he really enjoyed it, and he said it was his favourite game. So that makes me very happy indeed. But he hasn't played it very much, so maybe I'll invite him onto a stream once and we can play it together. That'd be great, wouldn't it? There is no two-player mode, but yeah. Just have to do the old thing of taking turns, eh? Yeah, the other thing about playing this through the OSSC is the fact that it's not at a very high frame rate. It's only at 30. And there is a reason for that. The reason is that I'm only streaming at 30, so it makes sense for the monitor to be at 30, you know. I kind of wish that the preview monitor was at 60 and the actual program monitor was at 30, but you can't have everything. My sort of plan originally was, because if I run it through the actual Elgato software, it does display at 60. And supposedly that is the way to stream from this thing, because it is an Elgato device that I'm pushing all this stuff to. So that would make sense. However, the Elgato can't see anything unless it's 1080p, so that kind of throws that one out. Oh, 4K, I think it might. Does mine do 4K actually? It might not do. I don't need it to, so I didn't get the 4K one. I'm quite chuffed actually. I got it off eBay and it was like half the price of getting a new one, and it was basically brand new, so that makes me very happy indeed. eBay is such a good site. Get all sorts of great stuff from there. I think 90% of my all the hardware I've got, all these splitters and stuff, 90% of it comes from eBay. Like I said, I've got the VGA splitter from work, but the rest of it, the cables and all that, they all come from eBay. Although I think the SCART cables I'm using are ones. I remember Remember when I was younger, my dad, for some reason, one day bought like 10 SCART cables. And for years, in fact, I think there may still be some just still in the bag up in the attic. I'm using a couple now with this setup. And they seem okay. They're just not very long. So there may be 3 foot. Which is how these things are measured, because that's stupid. So 0.7 of a meter, essentially. And so it's all a bit just enough. Which is kind of how the OSSC itself is, because it needs to be plugged into the wall, obviously. And well, I don't have any free plugs under my desk, so it's having to be plugged into the wall across the room. Which means it sort of floats around where it's in a bit of a precarious position where it could very well be run over by my chair wheels at any moment. And it's an expensive piece of kit, so I really do not want it there. But I have few options, and my options are few if I want to plug it into everything. But yeah, if I get some longer cables, then I can possibly remediate that issue. Just as long as the VGA still reaches, because that's kind of important as well now. Oh, I don't like that green thing. The green thing makes me upset. There are a couple of graphical differences here. Specifically, I was thinking about the asteroids. In the arcade version, they sort of change colour as you shoot them, so that you can see how damaged they are. You don't get that in this. Also, at the start of every level, you get a portrait of the boss, who sort of comes and chats to you, which is a bit strange. It's kind of like a chibi, cutesy portrait thing. Kind of cool. You don't get that in this, as you can no doubt see, because there was no portraits. Ooh. That was a risky move. Are those guys going to merge now that they're both in flight? No, they're not, are they? Oh well. It's a very impressive port. They're very creditable, and yeah, it's the only other port I think of this game that's worth playing. Is, in fact, it might be the only other port. Oh no, there's two other ports. One is the X68000 version, which, as all X68000 games, is essentially the arcade version. So I'm not giving it a proper play because the emulators for the X68K are just a bit hairy. So getting it to actually load in is a struggle unto itself. But that's got extra stuff in it. That's got extra bits, including, and this annoys me no end, I'm going to bring it up a lot in my next special, trust me. A visit from our old friend Pac-Man, who likes to get his nose into every gosh darn Namco game he can. It's like, get your own stinking game, Pac-Man. You're not part of this. But no, every blinking, like all the Galaga games, beyond this one, I guess. Well, no, not even beyond this one because the port has them in. Beyond Gapless, I'm pretty sure has an appearance from Pac-Man in, and it annoys me. Because Pac-Man comes along and he sits on this this lesser known Namco franchise. I mean, I know it's still a big franchise in terms of Namco's lineage, but it doesn't get as much recognition as Pac-Man. And this is a better game than Pac-Man. I'm just going to put it out there, this is better than Pac-Man. Galaga is the better game. Die. Oh, you feel naked when you've only got one ship. You feel a bit helpless. Yeah, he noses his way in, the little jerk, and it's just like, come on, Pac-Man, give it a chance. Now, the annoying thing is, it really bugs me, because Namco themselves do not care about, well, the Galaxian series, really. Because not only, I mean, if it were me, and it is, I would like a Galaxian sort of anniversary collection that collects all these games, all the versions of them, much like, well, I say much like Space Invaders Pocket. Yeah, that's a good example. It doesn't do all the versions, all the home version or anything, but it does do all the Space Invaders arcade games. So, there we go. Don't chase him. Wait for them to come. It does all the the original arcade games up to and including flipping Luna Loonies, which is it gets better every time I play it, but it's still weird. Right, I've got to be careful here because they're pretty erratic, these ones. There we go, did it. And most of them didn't actually have any home versions, so it doesn't really matter for that. And when they did have home versions, they were identical anyway, so whatever. Well, apart from Super Space Invaders, a lot of them were kind of naff, but yeah, you wouldn't really want to play the home versions then. So they should do the same for... Oh, look! Galaxians! We've got actual Galaxians here now, which is great. I didn't notice that until relatively recently, that there are actually Galaxians in this game. I hate these things because you can only hit them while they're in flight. Ah! Oh, I made a stupid mistake there. Fortunately, I have lives to use. Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on. There's 3 of you. Come and get me. Yes, good. Yeah. Basically what I'm saying is they need to do a Galaxian Anniversary Collection and include all these games. Because Galaxian deserves it. And the thing is, it's Galaxian's 40th anniversary this year. I did a nice big video. Got some dudes to help me out. One of them called Stuart Ashton. And they were very, very helpful. And they they came along and they shared some memories of Galaxian with me, which was great, so I included them in the video. Namco, they don't give a flipping toss, do they? They didn't tweet about it, they've not put anything out there. No, because, crap! I should have known that was coming. Fortunately, I have another life to use. Here he comes, look. Oh, okay, they're not going to come get me. Great. Yeah, they don't come and get you if they're already in flight at the end of the stage. They just stay looping around. It's a bit of a pain. But I've got more opportunity right. I just need to shoot. Shoot as many of them as I can. I need to leave a few of them alive so that the boss Gallagher's come and actually get me. Whoa! Oh. I wasn't expecting 3 of them to fly down then. You know when I said it gets hard? I wasn't flipping kidding, was I? Yeah, Namco don't care about Galaxian, they only care when it's Gallagher. Which, yeah, Gallagher, flipping great game, but it's not the only one in the series. It's the Galaxian series, because it started with Galaxian. It's actually technically the Gallagher League, that's what they call it, but you know, you can't have everything, can you? Oh, crap! For God's sake, I hit the stinking boss Gallagher. And now I can't get that shit back, I don't think. Or can I? I may be able to get it after the challenging stage, actually. I'll have a look. Well, I'll have to have a look. I don't have much of the chest. Right, I'm gonna... Because no way I'm gonna hit all these with one ship. I think I might have touched the controls though by accident, so let's just see how it goes. I'm looking at it now and thinking that the colours aren't quite perfect going through this splitter, but it looks good enough, to be honest. And I mean, I'm just looking at the stream. It looks the same to me on the stream. I'll have to... Thing is, I've only ever seen this on the Trinitron, and it does look a bit different on the Trinitron because they're the best. And this is just a inexpensive telly, I believe, for hospitality purposes. Yeah, I got it. Hooray! So it's not the best telly in the world, isn't this hotel TV? It's just a telly. So, I mean, it looks good for just a telly, but it is not a Trinitron. So it's not going to look as good as it does on a Trinitron, that's what I'm saying. So, what I'm saying is, because when I say the colours don't look exactly right, that could just be because it's on a different telly and not because of the splitter. And to be honest, most of the colours look fine. The main thing to me is the that yellow and orange badge at the bottom. It does kind of look discoloured to me. But again, that could just be how it looks. It could be the telly. It could be the splitter. You know, there's a lot of variables here. Ugh. This is going to be hellish because I only have one Galaxip. Oh, the Galaxians are flying down to get me. I think, as well, technically the Galaxians are the human forces, or the quote-unquote good guys in the series, so... But, I mean, I don't place much stock in the Gallagher timeline, to be honest, because Dig Dug is a Gallagher game, according to that. So what's that about? And so is Dig Dug 2, and so is flipping crappy old Mr. Driller. A game that a lot of people enjoy, so... I'm not going to throw too much shade on it, but I don't really think much of it, to be honest. It's just a very, very standard puzzle game. It's really not... yeah. Well, 500k. Could be worse. Anyway, that seems like a good place to dump it off. It's 10:02 now, so yeah, there's not really... If I started again, then we'd be here for another half an hour, so... Let's leave it there. That's been a good stream. It's been a good demonstration of the setup that I've got, and yeah, I'm quite happy with what I've got now. I feel like I've opened doors. Now, there is still the issue that my PC recording setup does not carry audio. For actually recording, it's fine because on that PC I've got Audacity. I can just record what you hear from the sound card, which is a Creative sound card, so that's fine. But it doesn't do me much good for streaming, doesn't that? Because it just records a file. So I'm going to have to figure out another method for that. Undoubtedly, there's going to be some kind of TRS splitter system that doesn't have any audio degradation. Because I've got a TRS splitter. It just degrades the audio to such an extent that I wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. So yeah, that's not happening. I also don't know where it is, so whatever. So if I can get something like that together, then it'll be perfect, won't it? And the setup of the streaming of SCART systems, the consoles, works flipping great. I'm very, very happy with how this works. Looks wonderful on here. I will have to try and work out if I can do anything about the brightness on the stream without having to edit it every time. But, you know, these things will come, and for now, it's a really good system, and I'm really happy with it. So, yeah. Also, need some longer cables. They're not a priority, though, are they? Yeah, it works, and I'm chuffed. Everything, it's all happening. It's all happening. Yeah. A little bit of an update. I'll move my mic back around because... Crap. That was my drink again. Oh, God. Where is everything? There we are. Good. It occurs to me I should have just used the mic on my headset for that, shouldn't I? But... well, I've done it now. Wow, the stream is really behind, isn't it? What was I saying? Yeah. My Amiga. I don't know. Can't remember if I have mentioned this on the stream already, but my Amiga has been recapped. I did send it off several weeks ago now. In fact, about a month ago at this point. To get it recapped. So, what that means is getting the capacitors replaced with more modern ones that won't leak. I believe that's what's happened. It has had a cap leak, so it just needed that doing. And the guy said it just needs the audio chip replacing as well, which is fine. So he's doing that, and that should be done. Should be done. What? My mind is gone already. Fantastic. Should be ready just after Christmas. So that's great. That'll be another system that I can record from and stream from. I really do like the Amiga. Really, it's a shame I haven't had much chance to have a go at it because of the issues that it's had. You see, when I got it, I plugged it into my HD TV and it looked awful. And I didn't really do a whole lot with it, to be perfectly honest with you. Just because, yeah, there was a reason I didn't do much with it. I think it was partly to do with the fact that A, I didn't have a joystick for it, B, I didn't have very many games for it. And I do have quite a lot of games, but they're all in ADF format, and they're all from Amiga Forever, which is all gravy until you realise that you can't actually run them on the Amiga. Until I went to a Retro Games Fair. In fact, I think it was the February 2018 one. Yeah. And I got a little doodad. It's one of these Gotek drives, but it's got a thing on it where you can choose which floppy disk image you want to use. It's from a guy called Paul, and he's a really cool bloke. So that's a little thing that it's just got a little screen and it's got a twiddly rheostat thingy. And you pick which disc you want to run. So that's great. That eliminates the issue of having all my discs in digital format. Now I can just put them all on a USB, play them all. Great. Except when I started up my Amiga, it smelled distinctly. Well, no. The first thing that happened was the audio didn't work, and also the I couldn't get the Twiddly Doodad to run properly. No, wait, no, I'm misremembering this entirely. No, I had my Amiga at home, and I put the Twiddly Doodad in, and the Gotek drive, and it wouldn't work. So I got in touch with the guy and said, "Oh, don't work this." So I said, "Right, well, I'm coming up to Huddersfield." I have no qualms about saying that I'm from Huddersfield. Do you want me to stop by and I'll have a look at it for you? So I said, yeah. So I said, sure. And I was at the studio at the time, so he came up the ridiculous flight of stairs that I have to go up to get to my studio. And he had a look at it and he said, right, well, you've not put it in right, you muppet. This one goes there, that one goes there, Star Wars fashion. I also had a little telly with me, so plugged it into that, and the audio wouldn't work properly. It was all crackly. So then he said, oh, that doesn't sound good. He opened it up, and he said, right, what do you smell in there? I had a sniff, and it smelled distinctly of rotten fish, which is indicative of an electrical issue. I don't think it specifically means that the capacitors have bust, but it is a symptom thereof. So that's how I knew about that. Otherwise, I would have just had this weird dead Amiga on my hands and I wouldn't have known what to do with it. So yeah, I kind of sat on it all this time until I had the funds to get it fixed. And a recent pay rise did help with that. So yeah, pretty much that's where we're at. So it's been recapped. He's replacing the op-amp chip, which is hopefully going to fix the audio issue. And fingers crossed there's no other issues with it because I'm paying this guy enough already. I should mention it's amigapassion.co.uk, which comes recommended, so I'm not too worried about it going missing. Also, just turn the telly off so it doesn't get any burning while I'm chatting. So yeah, fingers crossed there's no other issues with it because I don't want to pay any more. It's currently costing me about £70, which is fine. You know, I knew this was going to be an expensive project. I mean, Amigas are expensive anyway, so getting one fixed and getting bits for it is just additional cost. I mean, SCART cables are expensive, whatever you do. The thing is, the PS1 and PS2 SCART cables that I've got, and the N64 one that I've yet to do anything with, they were all about £25. Not including postage. For the PC Engine, it was about £50. And the same, I think it was about the same for the Amiga one. It might have been close to 40. What else have I got? Scout for I can't remember how much the Spectrum one was, but that must have been around the £20 mark. But that's a nice one as well. Anyway, that's by the by. Amigas, they is expensives. I would like someday to have an A1200, but the one I've got at the moment is a nice A600. It can do a lot, and there's upgrade potential, I believe. So, anyway, I'm chelping now, so let's end this stream. Thank you very much for coming along and watching. I am, I'm happy with that. It was a good little stream. Another good little stream. Now I'm going to go play some Halo Reach. But before I go, I just want to say that I'm on Twitter. Oh, that's capital letters, okay. I'm massively debating whether to change my Twitter name to Luna Looney. Somebody's already taken Luna Looney, so it would have to be something else. I'm thinking about something like Luna Looney CD or Luna Looney SE or something like that, so then it's got the retro PC vibe. The only issue with doing that, I mean, I don't have very many followers on Twitter. I've got something like 300 odd, which I appreciate massively. I just want to... I feel like I'm throwing a good thing away if I throw away the Flum name, but I don't like Flum. It embarrasses me to say it. I'd never ever say it. That's the first time I've said it since... I don't know. It's been a long time since I said it. I usually just spell it out to people because it's like, geez, what does it even mean? And it's a name that I've used since 2006, so it's 13 years old now. I will continue to use it in certain places. For example, on Xbox Live, which it does have an extra bit on the end, so yeah, don't try and search me for me, because I won't add you. If I try to change it on Xbox Live, I can do it, but then I'll have a load of numbers after my name, which I don't really want. Whereas if I keep my name as it is, it's kind of a special name now, because it doesn't have the numbers. It's an old-style gamer tag. So yeah, that's staying as it is. And there's certain other things where I'm happy to leave it as it is, just because of historical reasons mainly. But yeah, maybe I should just suck it up. Go for Luna Looney CD. I like that. Now that I say it out loud, I do like it. Because yeah, it's got the retro PC vibe. It's got the DOS game vibe. I like it. I'm gonna change it. I'll probably deliberate some more before I do that, but it'll happen someday. Anyway, so that's Twitter. Man, how the hell can I go on a 2-minute tirade about flipping Twitter? Mainly my username on Twitter, God's sake. I'm on YouTube. You should go and check out the old YouTube channel. In fact, I'll put latest because you can see my latest video, which is Day 5 of Advent 2019. I'm doing the Advent calendar. Your behind-the-scenes name could be Luna Looney DVD, says an anonymous chatter who has chatted outside the stream. Fantastic. Even though he has an account, so I should just say it in the chat, whatever. Luna Looney DVD. No. No, I've said it now. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna dump it off there because I'm just rambling now. So, see you all for the next one. Enjoy the Christmas tunes, and bye.